Hello, everyone. Today we're exploring the evolution of spiritual teachings, starting with a dialogue on thoughts of ascended masters and teachers like Guru Nanak Ji. Join us. I'm Supdeep, and with me is Mona. We're both seekers of pure spiritual knowledge, well versed in the teachings of Guru Nanak, and curious about contemporary spiritual insights.
Hello, everyone. We both are also learning from Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel, who is a contemporary spiritual luminary. So, we have studied and followed the way of practice, his way of practice. We also see the relevance of his divine insights to modern understanding.
The dialogues intends to illustrate how spiritual teachings adapt over time. Aligning with the humanity's evolving understanding. Both Guru Nanak and Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel emphasize the oneness of divine and the journey towards ultimate liberation, tailoring their messages to the capacities of their respective audiences.
You know what? It's very interesting to observe the changing spiritual trends and awareness with the growth of science, technology, and AI consciousness.
I've been reflecting on Guru Nanak Ji's teachings, especially his emphasis on the oneness of God and the aspiration to unite with the divine in such kind. He spoke of the vastness of creation, mentioning Ananta Brahmans and delving into concepts of time. It's fascinating how he addressed such profound topics. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Mona Ji said, Aval Allah hai, Noor Upaya, Kudrat ke sab bande. So basically, they said that one God first created Noor. Noor is Prakash. So from Noor, the whole creation began. And also, I'm just going to look at the Mool Mantra that we have in Guru Granth Sahib. Ek Onkar, there is only one God. Satnam Karta Purakh, truth is his name. He is the creator. Nirpa, Nirvair, he is without fear and he is without hate. Akal Murat, he's timeless and without form. I think most of Sikh or whoever follows Sikhism, they are very well aware of the Mool Mantra. So I'm just trying to go over that, how it explains and how it relates to Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel because he's also focusing on one almighty authority. So Ajuni Sabam, he is beyond birth and death, the enlightened one. Gur Prasad, he can be known as the Guru's grace. And then they say Jap, meditate on his name. Ad Sach, he was true before the creation. Jugad Sach, he was true when ages commenced. Happy Sach, he's true now. Nanakosipi Sach, he will always be true. So that Mool Mantra, that's how we have been reading Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and then that's how I got connected to Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel as well. He emphasized the oneness of divine and the journey towards ultimate liberation. So another thing I wanted to mention is that he also mentioned that everything and the whole creation's source is Noor, right? And divine light. Indeed, Guru Nanak Dev's insights were profound.
Indeed, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's insights were profound, especially considering the era he lived in. His teachings on the oneness of God, as you said, and the vastness of the universe laid a foundation for spiritual understanding that transcends time. So he talked about beyond time, infinite, divine supreme power. And same thing Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel is describing. Same.
Anji.
So
for sure, yeah. He stressed, Guru Nanak Dev Ji stressed Manas ki jaat, sab hai ek hai pehchan wo. This is also from Sri Guru Granth Sahib, that Sikhs holy, we call it Holy Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It's a holy book that's put into all the gurdwaras. So, And मानस की जात सबे के पहचान वो means all humans, they're same. There's no caste system. There's no basically he shunned the religion system, and he started one religion where it used to be where the high caste people who were reading the Vedas, and they were not allowing the low caste people to actually read those Vedas, and they were saying it's just our property. So that's when Guru Nanak Ji came along and then started, Guru Granth Sahib Ji and said oneness, and everybody's same. Um, and he said Hindu and Muslims and emphasized like oneness, similar to Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel. And recently I came across the teachings of Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel. He introduces concepts like multiverses and speaks of various celestial planes, each with its own creator, culminating in the Behad Ka Param Dham. It's intriguing how he expands his on ideas that seem to resonate with Guru Nanak Ji's teachings in a contemporary context.
Sure. Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel emphasizes that the spiritual teachings must evolve with humanity's capacity to understand. In 1997, he was aware of the multiverse but chose not to share it widely, believing people were not ready. So, as consciousness expands, now, as collective consciousness has expanded, he delves deeper into these subjects, explaining the distinctions between religions, their origins from the subtle world, and how these realms influence earthly events and thoughts. Is very interesting.
Yeah, that's a very thoughtful approach.
Yes.
It reminds me of how Guru Nanak used metaphors and accessible language to convey complex spiritual truths at that time, ensuring his teachings were grasped by the people of his time. So he used the language, and he actually he was flexible, and then he used the metaphors that were there in their daily day-to-day lives that they have used. So in order for them to understand it clearly.
Exactly. Both spiritual leaders tailored their messages to the understanding of their audiences. Bapuji speaks of the cessation of time beyond certain celestial planes, describing realms where time is infinite and death doesn't exist. This aligns with Guru Nanak Dev Ji's concept of timelessness in the divine realm. For example, in Gurbani, it is said, Jona dahando mool so karras kar ikko chit vasaye kade na jamar. So also Guru Sahib talk about Jivan Mukti, how to be liberate, he is inspiring souls how to get liberation from the cycle of death and birth. And same thing, Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel is also describing and motivating souls to be soul conscious, connect to your higher self, the supreme power, and that way you can liberate. So they are both talking about Jivan Mukti, the liberation, the ultimate liberation. Yes.
It is enlightening to see the continuity and expansion of spiritual wisdom, while the core essence remains a union with the divine. The explanations and metaphors evolve to match humanity's growing intellectual and spiritual capacity. Talking about Jivan Mukti, going deeper into that, it's like you don't get mukti when you die. You want to die before you were physical. Physically, you are still alive. So that's called Jivan Mukti, right? So you want to stay in the world, stay detached, and that's called Jivan Mukti.
So true. Yes. As our understanding of the universe expands, so does the depth of his spiritual teachings. So both Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel highlight the importance of inner realization and the journey towards the highest spiritual realms, urging souls to transcend limitations and achieve ultimate liberation.
This dialogue has deepened my appreciation for the adaptability and depth of spiritual teaching. It's a reminder that the pursuit of truth is a continuous journey, ever unfolding and with new insights and understandings. As it is clear, one cannot understand the divine with the mind. Our mind is such a small little piece and brain where and you cannot understand the divine with your mind. So you have to you have to surrender yourself.
Yeah, it's so beyond our, mind's capacity when we are in physical world, actually. So indeed, the path of a spiritual evolution is infinite, much like the vast multiverses both Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bapuji Dashrathbhai Patel describe. So our role is to remain open, receptive, and committed to our inner journey towards the ultimate union with the divine.
Definitely. No, this is a really interesting dialogue, and I would like to have more of these kind of dialogues in the future as well. And then trying to understand in today's world where there's so many god and goddesses people are worshiping, and then I'm happy in one way that I'm sort of born in Sikhism where we're only praying for oneness, one God, and then Bapuji is also saying that almighty authority, the ultimate creator, the ultimate which is prakash, which is light, param light. And that's the goal one should have to merge into that a higher realm, and also these kind of conversation improve our soul's understanding. Sometimes you have to give something to the mind, put into there, because the actual wisdom is actually in the soul already. It's ingrained, and we just have to basically take the layers off so that the soul comes out as a pure, and then it understand and it gets that connection.
Yeah. As is said in Gurbani, Raj Karega Khalsa. So Khalsa means pure.
Exactly.
So it becomes pure, and it's very easy to connect to your creator, the ultimate source.
Yeah. And then I think devotion part comes into play as well as we close off this conversation here today. Devotion and surrender, and then love, that unconditional love. I think it has to come from within
Yes.
To get connected to the higher self.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah. The
I
higher,
think
if you connect to higher self, then higher energy should reflect to your thoughts, your deeds, your words, it should
that's
come.
right.
So yeah.
Your behavior, your
Yeah.
character, it should reflect that.
Yes.
And sometimes if you're following this, and then people will notice the difference in you, that you have changed and you have evolved. So practicing and then these kind of conversation, connecting with the similar minds, and I think that helps one, whoever wants to understand this, and then I think we can have more of these kind of conversation in future.
Yeah. And can you imagine that kind of world without vices?
That's right.
That's what we are hoping for. So
Yep.
if
Yep.
each soul works on itself, with self-transformation, you can transform the whole world. Why not?
That's right. So wishing at the end of the day is like Sarbat Dapala, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, right? So
Yes.
exactly same. So having to wish,
Yeah.
supreme peace to the all beings,
Yes.
and then yeah,
Mm.
that's like a seva to the humanity, service to humanity.
Yes.
Okay, Ji, thank you so much for joining, and
Thank
we'll
you
join
so
again.
much. Thank you so much.